At the Iceberg Casino, the Penguin yells at his men. In the Gotham sewers, two city workers are suddenly attacked by Killer Croc. At Robinson Park, a child's birthday party is being robbed. One by one, these villains disappear in a red and green blur until they are all gathered together in a dark room. They hear a voice, and soon Damian Wayne lights a road flare and reveals himself to the bad guys. Killer Croc gleefully grabs the boy and thanks him for getting rid of all the witnesses so they can beat Robin to death without difficulty. But things have changed. Damian is unfazed by Killer Croc's super strength, asking what these villains could possibly know about death. He decides to give them a more practical demonstration of the new status quo in Gotham. He ties up his captors and begins to fly high above the city. He says the villains might be feeling a little cold because they are now 30,000 feet above the ground. Damian warns the villains that crossing the line in Gotham and murdering innocent people will lead the boy to cross the line with them between atmosphere and space. Suddenly, something unknown happens to Damian, and he nearly drops the bad guys. As they hurtle towards the ground, Batman flies up in his plane and catches them, then orders Damian to land immediately. Later on, father and son go fishing together. Bruce asks Damian what he was trying to do, to which the boy replies he was just trying to make a point. After his father admits that they are only here because Alfred insisted, Robin asks about the origins of his powers, as both are a little worried that incident earlier could happen again. Batman isn't sure what happened exactly, but he believes that Talia used energies from the planet Apocalypse to power Damian's embryonic chambers. In the process, the Boy Wonder absorbed quite a bit of that energy during his creation, which remained dormant until Robin's resurrection infused the boy with the power of Darkseid's Omega Beams. The Wayne boy is surprised, as Batman has been leaving out some of these details in his earlier explanations of Damian's resurrection. When he wants to go home, Bruce says that Alfred wants them to return with at least one fish. Given the new situation, that's really no problem for the kid. In the next scene, Robin is being tested by his family in an attempt to fully understand his new powers. But Damian is getting bored with the relentless tests. Alfred is worried, as readings indicate that Robin's body experiences pain, but for some reason it is not sending that information to the boy's brain. Several nights later, the two are answering a call regarding a gang that has stolen military-grade equipment. Bruce reminds his son not to be too reliant and trusting of his powers. They can and will betray Damian, and all he'll have after that is his training and natural instincts to rely on. But Damian is not worried. With his father's help, Robin faced death and beat it. He can do anything at any time. Bruce gets frustrated, saying that shouldn't be the lesson to take away from all this. The boy can put death off and maybe even cheat it, but he'll never be able to beat it forever. Robin gets bored and irritated with this talk, so he jumps out of the Batmobile and proceeds to tear apart a stolen tank. The battle is quickly over, but Batman is frustrated with his son not listening. Damian shows everything is fine. He can't feel anything, even when he crushes the tank against his head. But Bruce replies that this isn't necessarily a good thing, and they need to figure these powers out first. The conversation is interrupted when Batman receives an alert from the Justice League. Bruce leaves and orders Robin to turn the criminals over to the authorities. Damian complies, but after decides to grab the bat signal in order to better scare the criminals while his father is gone. However, Robin is surprised to run into Bruce, who has changed his mind. Batman says he can come along to the Justice League, but then asks what he's doing with the spotlight. Damian doesn't have much of an explanation, so Batman says to put it back first and he'll wait for his son before they head out. Father and son soon arrive at the watchtower, and though Robin tries to hide it, he's clearly excited over the visit. The boy is greeted by Superman and Shazam, but Damian brushes both heroes off and acts unimpressed by his surroundings. Batman asks what is going on, and Superman shows him that something has risen in Japan, and they are asking for help. Damian knows all about the site of the attack, which he refers to as Ghost Island. As they get ready to head out, Superman assumes Robin is just here to observe, but Bruce says that he wants his son to come with them, much to Damian's surprise. Pleased with this outcome, Robin and the rest of the team get ready to head out and save the day. Hello and welcome to Comic Island. My name is Arden, and this is my recap and review of Batman and Robin number 39. Wow, this was awesome. Last issue I talked about all the cool things they can do with a super-powered Robin, and you guys posted a few other neat ideas. This issue was great because so many of those potential stories are starting to be explored here already. We get to see more of the limits and nature of Robin's new abilities. Even though his powers seem very similar to Superman, it does seem a little more limited and with a certain cost to the boy's physiology. I love learning about stuff like this, and I expect it will be explored further and should have some very interesting implications for Damian. We also get to see what I think is Robin's first visit to the Watchtower, and I'm sure this will be further delved into. I like the idea of Damian learning from Superman, as these two already have a fun dynamic together. Shazam is also a great foil to Robin, as he acts a lot more like Robin's age, even in the 40-year-old man body. And there are a lot of other great aspects to this comic. The art is just great, and we just get one awesome panel after another in this comic. There really isn't a badly drawn page in this issue, which is frankly amazing all on its own. The art team deserves a lot of praise for their phenomenal work here. We also get some really funny moments in this comic, between Robin's super-powered version of fishing to the awkward moment where Batman finds his son flying around at the bat signal. There's a lot of really good humor in this comic too. And I just love this comic's cover. It's such a good homage to that classic Superman image, and I just love the use of Batman and Ace here. Coupled with Alfred's facial expression, this is a solid and well-drawn cover. I also think Robin's interaction with Batman in this series remains stellar. Like with the last comic, Bruce behaves and acts exactly the way a good father would, and it goes a long way. He shows genuine affection, concern, and even trust in his child, which makes this comic feel authentic, natural, and really gets you into the story. And yeah, I can't think of a single fault with this comic, other than the fact that I want to see more of these two, which is really just a good thing when you get right down to it, because you always want the reader coming back for more. This was a great comic, and one that I recommend you check out for yourself. Let me know what you think of the new Robin in action in the comments section. Did you enjoy it as much as I did? Also, if you like our reviews, be sure to check out our website, Facebook, and Twitter page for all the updates you'd ever need for our channel. And finally, don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep reading comics.